I've ranked all the original horror franchises from worst to best. And now it's time to rank the sequels to them from worst to best.
Halloween, the night he came home.
Hello everyone, Clay Frederick of the Horror Franchise back at it with another horror franchise ranking. Not my movies, just horror franchises in general. So if you enjoyed the previous episode where I did all the original movies from my personal opinion from worst to best, well, we're going to do the sequels. And we're just going to keep going and going until there's nothing left. How about that? I hope you guys enjoyed the last one. So let's kick it off right off the bat. So this is where sequels really are just subjective to opinion big time, and this is where the series, whether it falls off drastically or they actually have a better sequel. But hey, who knows? So there is one particular movie that I have never seen, but all the things I've heard, there's a reason why it's at the bottom of the list, and that's going to be, number 7 is going to be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Now, if you know me, I'm not a type of guy who likes when horror movies turn comical. So I heard that this went into more of a comical route, and Leatherface was more goofy and funny in this one. And that's probably why I haven't seen this movie, or do I even have any... Well, you know how it is. I don't know what to say. I don't have the words. I just don't have any desire to watch this movie, and that's why I have it on the bottom of the list. Now, it does have its fans. I'm not shitting on anybody for it. I'm not shitting on the movie. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't really have an opinion. I'm just going off of what I've heard. And I wanted to include this movie on the list because I ranked the first movie in the previous video, and I want to rank the other ones. And there are some of them I've seen, some of them I haven't. This is one of those series I didn't really watch every single movie. So, and I have good reason for that. A, I heard they're bad. B, I just never got around to them or have any interest. So, that's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for you. There's some good movies, but there's a lot of bad ones in there. And this is why I put it at the bottom of the list. So, don't hurt me, please. Just don't hurt me. If you enjoy the movie, that's cool on you. I'm not shitting on anybody for it. Number 6 is going to be Hellbound Hellraiser 2. This movie's okay. It's an okay sequel. It's definitely the most faithful sequel in the whole series to the original movie. The original movie I did like. I've already stated why I liked it. And this one just takes everything and cranks it up to 11. I just think the first one was better, to be honest with you. But we get a little bit more of the Cenobites. We go actually into hell itself, where the Leviathan and all that, the Labyrinth, whatever you call it. And we get more Kirsty Cotton in this one. Kirsty Cotton's much more prominent. She's more badass in this one. And there's I forgot the girl's name, the patient's name, where she's in a mental asylum, and the warden, what is he? What is the doctor's name? I forgot the doctor's name, but you know who it is. The warden. He's an interesting villain. He brings Julia back from the dead, and he's interested in the box. You opened it. We came. So yeah. Yes. So I like the fact that it gets bigger and more bolder, and it shows more from what the previous. It goes deeper into the world of Hellraiser, and I do appreciate that. However, I just don't really care for this movie very much. If I'm gonna watch Hellraiser, the first two, that's good enough. By the time we get to the third, fourth, and by the fifth movie, definitely by the sixth movie, I haven't decided to ever watch the sixth movie onward. And yeah, now the third, fourth, and fifth I can somewhat tolerate because Pinhead's actually more prominent in the third and fourth, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to get my point across here. I'm not a big Hellraiser fan, but I do love Pinhead very much as a villain, and he's in it more. The one things I don't like about this movie, definitely don't like about this movie, is the fact that although we do get a backstory on Pinhead, and I just don't like the fact that he gets in his Cenobite clan, whatever you call it, get wiped out easily by the Warden, who transforms into a Cenobite. And he's pretty much the main villain. I don't like that. I appreciate that we bring something new to the table, but the Cenobites, boom, gone, just like that. Like they're an afterthought. I don't like that. That's what turned me off completely. But Kirsty Cotton's cool, and it is what it is. Don't have really much to say about this movie. It's a decent movie. If you're a hardcore Hellraiser fan, I know I got to see why people love this one, but I don't love it. Nor do I hate the movie, nor do I dislike it. It's in the middle with me. So I do appreciate some things with it. Next up on the list is going to be Child's Play 2. Child's Play 2 is a damn good sequel. It's a damn good sequel. Pretty much what I said about Hellraiser 2. It takes everything from the first one and just does more with it. We get more Chucky. He's more badass in this one. The kills are more fleshed out, no pun intended, and it has a great finale. And he's going again. It's pretty much a retread. He's going after Andy Barclay again, and there's just more to this sequel than there is to the first one. Because the first one, has this more mystery to Chucky. Now we know who Chucky is by the second one, and Chucky's just right in front of you. He's like, "Yeah, I'm coming for you." So that's what I do like about this sequel. Sometimes I probably do prefer the second one over the first one, but ultimately I just was like, you know what, I gotta pick one. It's gonna be the first one. This one's my second favorite in the franchise, and then followed by Child's Play 3. And I think the first three movies are the best ones in the series. I just like the whole story between Chucky going after Andy Barclay the most. But hey, it is what it is. Don't know really have anything else to say. I haven't seen Child's Play in a while. I'm just going by how I feel. And there's that. I like Chucky, so not a big Child's Play fan. Like, same thing what I said about Hellraiser. I love Pinhead, I love Chucky, but I'm not too crazy about the movies. There's some movies I like, but that is what it is. Next up at number 4 is going to be Scream 2. We've reached a trope where I just keep repeating myself. It takes everything from the first and does more with the second. That's a typical tropes with a sequel, isn't it? We get more of the characters. We get more kills. Some characters you really like get killed off. Randy. Oh man, Randy. Yeah, that sucked when he died, man. Dewey's another one, man. He gets his ass kicked so bad, and he still keeps on kicking. And the relationship between him and Gale Weathers starts to actually connect. And Sidney Prescott. And the stuff with Cotton Weary. He's more fleshed out in this movie. And the finale, the final act is actually interesting. You have interesting villains behind the ghost face masks and all that. Like Timothy Elephant. And the chick who was in Roseanne, I forgot her name. Yeah, Jackie, I think her name was in Roseanne, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Anyways, the mother of Billy from the first movie. I thought that was a great motivation. So, there's that. There's just more to Scream 2. I like Scream 1 more. I'm going to toss up between Scream 2 and Scream 5 with the fighting each other for the second place title in the series, but it is what it is. Number 3. This one I really like. A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. This is a controversial installment in the series because it takes everything from Freddy's lore and does something different with this one. I appreciate that. However, when I first saw this movie, this was right around where I've only seen the first and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. The first and the last installment of the original series. And I wanted to watch all the Freddy movies. Because at the time, when I was doing other fan films, I wanted to make a Freddy movie. So I wanted to get myself going with Freddy Krueger. Get myself in the Freddy mood. And I tell you what, when I saw this movie, I dug it. It worked for me. I love my favorite part about this movie is the fact, instead of just Freddy going after you in your dreams and killing you and taking everything that you are afraid of and your weaknesses against you, he just possesses the main character, Jesse. Like, he possesses him to kill for Freddy. That alone, I think, is just terrifying. I love that whole concept. Now, I know the whole controversial thing about the whole gay subtext, whatever you call it. I don't care about any of that crap. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I tell you, I turn it off. I tune it away. It is what it is. I don't care about any of that crap. I love the premise of the movie as it is, where Freddy is tormenting Jesse and just tormenting and possessing him to do all these things, and he's taking control of Jesse. But like the practical effects and Freddy's design, this is the scariest version of Freddy, bar none. Period. Point blank. Terrifying looking. Great performance by Robert Englund. Jesse, I really like Jesse. He's one of my favorite characters in the franchise. And just the sympathy and you feel bad for the guy, and just the final act is pretty cool, even though there's some flaws with that. But really, I just love the whole premise of the movie. I know it doesn't work for some people, but it works for me, and I love that stuff. Number 2 is going to be, you probably already know where this is, Friday the 13th, Part 2. Of course, Halloween 2 is at number 1. But no, Friday the 13th, Part 2, I love this one. This is one of my favorites in the franchise, and it's better than the first one by almost every way. Jason's the word. Jason becomes the killer. He's the sackhead. He has the design from the town that dreaded sunset. A real-life killer in a real-life costume that the guy wore. Pretty terrifying. But I like the sackhead Jason. This is Jason when he's a little clumsy and not as badass as Jason should be. Not yet, at least. And we have our final girl, Jenny. Arguably the best final girl in the whole franchise. And the stuff with Pamela in the final act was great. And just, you have more interesting characters in this one. I like Sandra and Jeff in the beginning and onward. And there, was it Terry? With the dog, Muffin? You got other characters, the wheelchair kill. You got some cool kills in this one. The wheelchair kill. Yeah, man. The pole. There's some cool kills, man. And this is where the series starts to focus on Jason and such. So, hey, you had to find a way to continue the series, huh? Pamela was killed, so who else was there going to be? Let's do Jason. And that was a great choice, because Jason comes around and he becomes the most iconic slasher in all slashers. So, yeah, there's that. It's a really cool one. And the fact that they, in the first 10 minutes, I meant to say, just when we thought Alice made it out. Damn it. They killed her off. I was bummed when that happened. I was bummed when she got killed off. But Jason had to be the one to do it, man. He got his revenge on her, and it is what it is, man. It sucked. I was sad when she died. I was like, man, that sucks. But of course, y'all know me. Halloween 2, More of the Night He Came Home is my number 1 list on the sequels list. Because I'm a much more bigger Halloween fan than anything else, and that's all there is to it. The continuation of the original movie, literally a moment later, and the mood and the vibe of it still retains. It's more updated, of course, you can tell. We get more of Dr. Loomis. We get more of Michael Myers. We get more blood and guts and kills. We get more of the town of Haddonfield. We get less of Laurie Strode until the 3rd act. She's comatose through most of the movie. Understandably so, but still, it's like, damn it. And you can tell she's wearing a wig. If you couldn't tell, you will not unsee it now. So yeah, here's one of the things I will say. That the hospital setting is creepy. It's a creepy aesthetic. The setting is nice. But I'm always wondered, where are all the damn patients? It seems like Laurie's the only patient. But that's a little nitpick I have. Whatever. It is what it is. It does feel a little boring at times because it has a slow pace. Going back and forth between the hospital and Dr. Loomis and Deputy Sheriff Hunt, he was a cool character. Sheriff Brackett doesn't get more screen time. He just steps away because Annie's death really affected him. And yeah, the Ben Tramer kill where he's wearing that Michael Myers mask with the white hair or blonde hair, that was crazy. A little more action. And it all leads up to an explosive ending between Michael, Laurie, and Loomis. So, yeah, pretty explosive. It's time, Michael. So, yeah. The one thing I will say that there's a couple things I don't really like, and this is a hot take for me, and it's the music. I'm not too crazy about the score. The score is just, there's something about the sound of it just doesn't click with me. If you love the music, I know a lot of you love the music, but it just doesn't, it's one of my least favorites. It's not my absolute least favorite score in the franchise, but it's one of my least favorites. It just doesn't do it for me. There are some cues I like, but it's just, too loud, I guess, for me, or just too chaotic or something. I don't know. It's an enhanced version of the original. So, I like the simplicity of the original score the most, but it is what it is. Another thing is, Michael Myers, the way Dick Warlock portrayed him. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Dick Warlock. Here's the thing I came up with, a little theory for you. You know how Michael was more robotic, as it was stiff movements in this movie? Well, I pictured it like this. This is just a theory of mine. When Loomis shoots him off the balcony, I think he died, and he came back more zombified. That's not factual, it's just an idea in my head that makes me feel better about how robotic he moves in this movie. It's Dick Warlock in the direction Rick Rosenthal gave him, I get it. It's just how it is. It is what it is. I'm not too crazy about Dick Warlock's person. Even though it does look more in line of the original Michael, you can tell the shape of the mask is different and all that's more worn down because it's been under a bed behind the scenes, and Deborah Hill was a chain smoker and it got worn out. We all know that story, blah, blah, blah. Same mask from the original, just aged up a bit, and the shape of Dick Warlock's head is different. It's my second favorite design of Michael Myers regardless. And the bloody eyes at the end, man. That's iconic alone. But no, that's all I really got for this video. I just, like I said, I'm doing this one. I'm doing the third chapter in every single franchise, the trilogies. This is where we would determine whether the series really falls off or really starts to gain steam. You know, we'll find out. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe for the future content for this, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.